So we just finished up one of 2 Capricorn full moons this year. Let's pull some tarot about it. These 2 Capricorn full moons are supposed to be all about like transformation and transitioning into a new way of thinking when it comes to your career and when it comes to your finances and just all around how you approach or think or reflect your career and your alignment with your career and things like that. So I'm very excited for this because I've definitely felt that energy, and I've also been having some crazy dreams. My Neptune is in Capricorn, so I've been really getting the effects of that, and we'll have another full moon in Capricorn in July, so we're going to be really getting it. The energy of this reading is, I hope you have enjoyed your rest, because it's over. To start off in a positive place, if you have been feeling unhappy with your life here recently, or have been feeling like it's just not where you want it to be, you're about to have some really great opportunities to make decisions. You're going to have tons of options to make decisions that will get you closer to where it is you want to be, or into a place where you're happy. But the thing that you have to remember is that what makes you happy, or you looking or being happy, that definition has changed from the last time that you imagined you happy to now when you're about to have the opportunity to be happy. And now whenever you are ready to make these decisions, when these options come to you, you're gonna have to make like decisions very quickly. You're not gonna have a whole lot of time to stop and think about it, but you've been thinking about it for a while. You've been having these like what if scenarios in your head. You've went through like what if this, what if that, if this happens, am I gonna make this decision? So what's really important right now is for you to make decisions very quickly so that things can't come in and distract you. That's the biggest thing, is that you're going to be distracted by, or you're going to be tempted to be distracted by all of these decisions and all these opportunities that come to you, and you've got to pick the ones that stay with like the eye on the prize, the money on the prize, like where it is that you want to be and what's actually going to bring you happiness now, not just what would have brought you happiness once upon a time. For most of you, I feel like this is probably going to start honestly next week or this week, because it's currently Sunday, 1:11 a.m. Central Time, 1:11 on the clock, so keep that in mind. The things to keep in mind is that you have become really good at learning to when to let go of something. So just as quickly as you're going to have to make decisions on what to choose, you may have to make decisions on what to let go of very quickly. If it does not serve you, if it does not take you or level you up to that higher place that you want to be at, if it doesn't bring you into the next level, if it doesn't bring you that new type of happiness that you want, it's got to be let go of. It doesn't matter if it would have made you happy once upon a time. It doesn't matter if it's what an old version of you would have wanted, now delivered to you on a silver platter. Those are just old manifestations that got clogged and backed up and have blockages put in the way because you are not aligned to bring in your manifestations. But now you are. So all of those manifestations are pouring in. You have to be able to sift through them very, very quickly. So some things will have to be let go of just as quickly as new things are brought on. And I feel like some of you have probably already started to see this happen probably over the past couple of weeks. So just continue to do what you've been doing, or to add this advice to it. So just be diligent about what it is you let go of and what it is that you hold on to. Some of you have been wishing for and manifesting a like divine partner, or like a soulmate, and congratulations, babe, because they're coming in. For some of you though, it's someone that you have been praying like, please God, please universe, please whoever, please make them step up as my soulmate. And a very small group of you, I can feel that, where it's like you've been just really wanting this specific person to step up. Like it's someone who's been an old love that maybe things got rocky, or things needed to change, things needed to shift, or maybe it's like an old friend that you have loved for a long time or something like that. But things are about to shift where they're going to come in. But you have to keep in mind, what would you do if you didn't know that? What would you do in this moment if you didn't know that? Would you still prioritize them as a friend or as an old love? Like, how would you treat them in that moment? Like, if you didn't know they were about to come in, or if you didn't know that you've been manifesting this or wishing for this, because the way you treated them when you didn't know for sure if they were going to be your soulmate, or when you didn't know for sure that you were going to end up with them, that is what makes them fall for you and has made them fall for you. That is what has made them open up to you, is because they enjoy who you are when you're not necessarily trying to win their heart. And for the rest of you, this is somebody that's going to come in and they're going to be very familiar. There's going to be a very familiar feeling to them, where they're going to seem to have all the right things from the wrong people, if that makes sense, but they're going to have all the right things in one. They're going to be like the complete package, where you've just been getting pieces of the package up to this point, or like crumbs from the package up to this point. They're going to be the full thing. And that may scare you a little bit, because you may at first be like, whoa, wait a minute. They have a lot of the similarities with people in the past that I left behind. But don't allow that to hold you back, because your intuition is going to be telling you like, this is them. This is the person I've been trying to bring in. This is who I've been manifesting. And I feel like some of you have been entertaining other people that are almost the full package, but they're just quite not. Like they're just not quite it. And you're going to have to let them go. Like if your intuition is telling you that they're not for you, they're not for you, and someone who's very good for you and that is the complete package is about to come in because you've been manifesting it, you've been wishing for it, you've become really, really, really good at judging, and not in a negative way. You're just really, really good at being diligent about who you let into your energy and into your circle and who you don't. You no longer question yourself when you say, you know what, I think I need this person out of my life. You know what, I think I'm gonna block this person. You know what, I don't think I'm gonna talk to this person again. You know, like you've become very good at that, and also like a no bullshit kind of way, like where you're not going to sit there and just like go back and forth with someone over text message or over explain yourself. What, like once the disrespect is done, it's done, you know. And they can be a good person, they can become better, but they can do it over there, like far away from you. It seems like the biggest accomplishment that you've made throughout all of this, like this, whatever this is that you're coming out of, whatever this is that you've been going through, the biggest accomplishment that you've made is being able to have power over your anxiety, how to have command over your anxiety. And you've added that as like one of the top tier to the list of your strengths. And you've become really good at being like, you know what, that's just anxiety. Or you know what, that is not present me. That is like 5-year-old me. That is 22-year-old me. That is like a past version of me that is just anxious about this right now in the moment. And because of that, that is why like moving forward you're going to be able to sift through anxiety so easily, and even sift through like conflict, because I feel like anxiety contributes a lot to conflict because it can hold you back, it can cause you to overreact, it can cause you not to know how someone means something, and so on and so forth. And so now you've become really good at just being like at delegating through it and understanding this is my anxiety, it's nobody else's responsibility, but also understanding that when people try to make it their responsibility or guilt you for it or something else, you can say, hey, this is who I am. Like, this is me. I'm happy and I'm comfortable with who I am, and I've come a really long way. If I tell you I've got it, I've got it. Like, you don't have to try and fix it. There's nothing that you have to do. This is a me thing, so give me my space and let me do my thing. Throughout this, you've had to practice a lot of patience. There's no really other way to put that. It's that simple. You've had to practice patience a lot. You've had to learn patience. You've had to acquire patience. You've had to become a master at being patient. And the universe needed you to do that because while you were learning to be patient, you were supposed to be watching. You were supposed to be really taking in what was going on around you and the lessons that were meant to be learned. And up to this point, you've probably been somebody who's been very like, oh, I'm Empress energy, I'm Empress energy, I'm Mother, I am, you know, the Divine Feminine, I'm whatever. And you've always taken on that responsibility so well, and you've done so well at being that and at being that nurturing energy. But the thing about the Empress is that she's that way outwardly, not inwardly. And throughout all of this, where you've been having to learn to be patient, you've been having to watch and like take in and so on and so forth, you have been realizing like, I don't think I want to be the Empress anymore. I don't think I want to be the top dog. I want to step down. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. I want to do these things that the Empress doesn't get to do. And throughout that patience, you are finally at the place now where the universe has said, good, you've learned your lessons, and now you're about to have the option to step down. Now you're about to be able to stop nurturing other people just so that you can experience life and see what it has for you and how it can nurture you rather than you nurturing it. And a big part of that is that you've learned how to have duality, how two opposing things can exist in the same place, how it can seem like, oh, I'm over this pain, but it is still part of me. Those two things can exist at the same time without holding you back. And that is a big lesson that is coming, like you're like bringing into this next era of, I don't want to be the Empress anymore, or I'm okay with being the Empress sometimes, but not all the time. That is the big thing where it's like, I can still have Empress power because of what has been done to me. I know the lessons and like I've learned them, they are part of me, but I don't have to take on that responsibility anymore. And that duality is what you're taking into this next era and is what is allowing you to accomplish it. And finally, in this next little bit, like remember that you have become a master at taking revenge on someone without affecting your karma. And the reason why is that you don't actively take revenge. You do things to counteract the energy that they have placed on your life. And that's a big deal. Just be sure not to take actual revenge directly on someone and affect them negatively. That is all I have. If this message aligns with you, it will find you. And if it doesn't, keep scrolling. It costs $0 to mind your own business. Have a good night.